I hope you can all hear me and see the slides. My name is Piibe. I am the product manager in Solis Biodyne, and I'm here today with Annabel, who is the other product manager. And together we will introduce our new product line called Solis Akura. A bit about the background of the name. Solis, as you know, comes from our company name, Solis Biodyne, and Accura comes from the word accuracy. So let's see what the product line holds. The agenda today will cover all 3 new products that come within this product line. And for each new product, we will introduce the key features, the format, sizes, and compositions. And then integrated, we'll talk about the application areas, how you can use these products. And in the end, a conclusion with the one-pagers for each product. So I will dive right in. You will hear a lot this word pair mismatch discrimination that we will use in today's training. So I will briefly talk about what this mismatch discrimination feature means and why is it necessary. So one typical PCR application would be targeting a DNA sequence and then designing a primer that is complementary to this DNA sequence. And if you have a perfect match, so we know that A and T are complementary and C and G are complementary, then the primer is a perfect match to the DNA sequence. However, if in the same, let's say, PCR pool, there is another DNA sequence that has only a single nucleotide different, then the same primer can still anneal to the DNA sequence. However, it is then up to the DNA polymerase if the DNA polymerase will extend this primer or not. And typical DNA polymerases, such as the duck-DNA polymerase, wouldn't make any difference between mismatch or a matched primer template. And this duck-DNA polymerase then would extend the mismatched template primer sequence also. So this mismatch discrimination feature is the DNA polymerase's ability to distinguish between a matched and the mismatched primer template ends. So a mutation-sensitive polymerase would then see that there is a mismatch and decide not to extend this template primer sequence. And if in the same reaction, there is also another primer that is designed to be complementary to the DNA sequence with the T nucleotide, for example, then in the same PCR reaction, there would be 2 types of PCR efficiencies, and that's how in the reaction you could distinguish between mismatch or between 2 alleles. And why this feature is important, it's because of those single nucleotide polymorphisms that are very hard to detect. And in the general population, if at one allelic loci, general population has a G nucleotide, and then a certain amount of people have another, then being able to detect these little SNPs would help, for example, in determining or predicting drug responses or detecting rare disorders, but also in agricultural applications such as in plant breeding. And now Annabel will talk more about the products.
Yes, so thank you, Pippa, for the brief introduction. Now we will dive into our first product that came out. It's the Hot Sakura EXO- DNA polymerase. So it's the novel enzyme. The core enzyme properties for this enzyme would be that it does not have the proofreading activity. Usually when the fidelity is higher than wild Taq polymerase, then you would assume that the enzyme has the proofreading activity. However, this enzyme does not need this activity to have 10 to 15 times higher fidelity in comparison to the wild Taq. This enzyme, as the name would indicate, this XO- part, it does not have the 5' 3' exonuclease activity. Therefore, this enzyme cannot be used with hydrolysis probes. It can find the mismatch discrimination at the 3' end of primers, which allows for enhanced allele specificity. This enzyme also, as in the name, there is this hot part. This indicates that this enzyme has chemical hot start, which helps the enzyme be more specific and overall give better results in return. Also, this enzyme has the uracil nucleotide toleration. This has been chemically modified to do so. This enzyme is also compatible with, so to say, FRET cassettes or fluorescence resonance energy transfer cassettes. And this enzyme is suitable for high throughput labs as the other products that we will talk about today. This enzyme also has the usual stability tag technology incorporated, which allows for ambient temperature shipping and reaction setup without any ice. So about the features a little bit more. So this enzyme has accurate allele discrimination. As you can see on this figure on the right. So in case of allele 2 and allele 1, so in case of allele 2, this is shown in gray line. You can see that it amplifies this target really well. However, in case of the allele 1 target, which is in the yellow part, you can see that this amplification does not take place. So it shows that the amplification of a certain target is really precise. And where you can use it, you can definitely use it in case of plant breeding and different genetic diversity analysis. So in case of like crop germplasm or any livestock herds. So whichever case you might have. Now let's talk a little about the product formats and sizes. So the catalog number for this product is 0118, and the kit part, because it comes in a kit format, and it consists of 3 tubes. So it has the enzyme, it has the reaction buffer, and it has the magnesium chloride as well. So let's go forward into our second product, that is the Hot Sakura cassette-based genotyping mix. This is based on the same polymerase that I just talked about. So it has the usual 5' 3' activity, so the synthesis activity, but it does not have any Taqman or exonuclease activity, and not the proofreading activity as well. This master mix can be used for biallelic discrimination because you can use universal reverse primers and two competitively binding allele-specific forward primers in this case, which are corresponding to either of the two universal FRET cassettes. And this mix comes in a 2x concentration. So right now you may know that there are two biggest products available in the market that are also 2x. So if you're interested, it's really easy to incorporate those assays with this product. And it also has the chemical hot start. So what can you do with it? Definitely you can do the allele-specific PCR. That you can use in like SNP detection and genotyping. And in this case, especially with agriculture or agri-genomics. So if you might need to do plant breeding or seed quality control or trait verification, then it's really, really good to use this product. So I will talk a little about this, how the system of cassettes works. So on the left, you can see the two types of FRET cassettes that we're using. So one is with FAM and the other one is for hex, fluorescence or fluoro. And then you need the two allele-specific forward primers that you can see in the middle, and then the universal reverse primer. And down here, you can also see the template that has the target SNP that you want to detect, that you want to get more into. But how does it actually work? So first step in the first round of PCR would usually be the binding of the correct primers. So let's, for example, take the allele 1. When it finds the correct place for it, so you can see that the target sequence has the nucleotide C in a spot, and then the allele 1 specific primer has the G in that complementary spot, then it can bind to this part and elongate after that. And also the reverse primer comes from the other side, so the 3' side or 3' side, and it elongates from there. And it doesn't matter which forward primer it has, it does from that part. Then step 2, with the second round of PCR, it elongates from this 3' end, so it does the tail sequence part complementary to this. Can you switch back? Yes. So complementary to the sequence that was amplified after this first part. So it gets to the tail sequence, which is made for this allele 1 part of the target. Then in step 3 or the third round of PCR, we have this tail sequence amplicon that we have, so with the tail sequence. And then this FRET cassette that is complementary to the tail sequence can bind to this tail sequence and then elongate from there. And that means that this fluorophore is not under-quenched, or it's not anymore quenched. So it can actually show the fluorescence as a signal to us. So that's how it works, basically. About the key features now of this cassette-based genotyping mix. So it works really well with differentiating clusters, as you can see here on the right. It forms really well these homozygotic and also heterozygous allele pair. And the call rate confidence is really good. It's 95, maybe even more percent. And where you can use it, this feature, definitely again, this plant breeding and genomic selection, genetic diversity analysis again, and definitely this high throughput screening, as you can use many samples and detect the allele really nicely. Then what is more, you may use this cassette-based genotyping mix well with difficult and crude plant samples. So in this case, we were using corn gDNA, so genomic DNA. And in comparison with the competitors, you can see that our mix, our master mix, actually can detect the alleles really nicely. However, in case of competitors, this discrimination did not work really well. So I would say that this shows that our product is really working really well and can be used really trustworthily in many cases. As you saw in the last slide as well, you may assume that our mix is also really inhibitor tolerant, as it can be used with crude genomic DNA. And we wanted to make sure that it is so, and therefore we used diluted genomic DNA with our mix and competitor mix. This worked really well in both cases. And when we used crude gDNA, then in case of competitors product, this discrimination did not take place really well. However, with our product, there have been clusters formed. So you can still detect the alleles even using crude or challenging DNA as a target. So what would be the other features of this cassette-based genotyping mix? So it works with wide range of samples. We have tested soy, corn, oat, and tomato samples, for example. It has excellent performance with variable DNA quality. So as I said before, it works with crude extracts and also aged samples, which are usually harder to amplify from. As I said also before, it has a high call rate, so the call rate confidence is at least 95%. It has a good inhibitor tolerance, as I showed before. So it doesn't matter whether the sample is purified genomic DNA or a crude lysate, it still can provide allelic discrimination. And what is more, this enzyme has the higher fidelity, 10 to 15 times. So it also allows for more specific amplification and more specific incorporation of nucleotides. Plus, it gives the less noise overall to the results. And now let's go into the formats and sizes and composition, of course. So this Hotsuri Sakura cassette-based genotyping mix, this is with ROX. And the catalog number for this one is 3812. So you will see that if you would want to buy it, definitely. Then it is in a convenient one-tube format. It's the 2X format. And it contains the EXO- version of this Hotsuri Sakura DNA polymerase. And it has an optimized PCR buffer that has all the relevant and necessary components already, together with these FRET cassettes. And the sizes, the product sizes can be seen down below as well. If you need bigger sizes, bulk sizes, then these are also available. So just let us know. It is all possible. So that was it from me or my side. So if you have any questions about the hot Solid Sakura products, then you can put these questions down in the chat. And now Piipa will continue with this other product.
Thank you, Annabel. Very interesting products. Yes, I will then talk about the third product in this product line that is called the Solid Sakura Probe Genotyping qPCR Mix. And it differs slightly from the cassette-based and standalone enzyme by the core enzyme that it has. As you can see, this product has the Solid Sakura Exo Plus DNA polymerase. And what does that mean? It means that this product has the 5', 3' Taqman or exonuclease activity, which means that it's compatible with hydrolysis probes, but it can be also used with hybridization and displacement probes. What the other features this Solid Sakura Exo Plus DNA polymerase has, it doesn't differ from the Exo minus DNA polymerase by features because the chemical modifications that have been done are the same as to the Exo minus polymerase. So it also is a mutation-sensitive DNA polymerase. It brings enhanced allele specificity, and it has 10 to 15 times higher fidelity when compared to the Taq polymerase wild type. It has fast polymerization speed, and it also has inherently higher inhibitor tolerance. Now back to the master mix. This master mix comes in 5x concentration, and it is based on, it comes with aptamer-based hot start that needs enzyme activation of 3 minutes before the PCR cycling. And main application areas where this Solid Sakura probe genotyping qPCR mix can be used is for the detection of SNPs and CN and in CNV analysis. I talked briefly in the beginning about the SNPs, but CNV is short for copy number variation, which means that some people have for example, a deletion on one gene, and the others might have a duplication of the same area. And this can be determined then with the mutation-sensitive master mix. The application areas where this is used is in oncology, so in cancer detection, in pharmacogenetics, where a person's drug responses can be predicted, and for the detection of any genetic disorders. Now, the logic behind how this product works with Taqman probes is that the probe having a dye and a quencher on the other end hybridizes to the DNA sequence that is perfectly matched. Then the DNA polymerase extends the primer coming up to the probe and then sees that it's perfectly matched and cleaves the probe, and therefore the fluorescence comes off from the probe and therefore the quencher, and that's how you get the signal. However, if the probe hybridizes to a DNA sequence that is not exactly complementary, so there is a mismatch at an SNP, then the polymerase that is mutation sensitive will instantly notice this, and the doesn't cleave the probe, and therefore the probe comes off, and there is no signal from that fluorescent dye. Moving on to the key features of this product, as Annabel told you about the standalone enzyme having the mismatch discrimination, then the probe genotyping mix also has this feature, and it is absolutely critical for any genotyping mix. And here we have amplified an CT nucleotide in our negative control system with synthetic DNA. And as you can see for allele 1, the amplification is much, much lower, meaning that there has been a mismatch, while for allele 2, a perfectly matched amplification has happened. And this is all credited to the mutation-sensitive Solisakura exoblast DNA polymerase. Where this kind of feature comes is very important in cases where high precision is needed. So for the detection of cancers as well as any disorder detection. Another feature of the probe genotyping qPCR mix is the ability to form well-defined clusters and make accurate genotyping calls. So if you're achieving to do clustering-based analysis, then you can have a peace of mind that with this product, the clusters of homozygous and heterozygous alleles fall into the cluster of the right genotyping call. And as Annabel said, that the confidence of the call rate is very high. It is at least 95%. It is probably much higher, but in our R&D, we just didn't test this specifically. And another key and very important feature of Solisakura probe genotyping mix is the increased limit of detection. And that is especially important when you might have small template amounts or low frequency samples. We have tested with 500 ng to 1 pg and seen that with cDNA you can amplify down to 1 pg, but with genomic DNA 10 pg can be amplified. And what is also interesting is that the fluorescence of the different dilutions reach the same level, which is essential in the cluster formation. So all of the dilutions, they reach the same cluster and they don't fall behind. And this is especially important for early stage disease detection or detection of any disorders with the sample materials such as biopsies or circulating tumor DNA in blood. One testing that we did with a competitor of ours, we spiked the reaction with Evagreen dye and saw that with Solisakura probe genotyping qPCR mix, the DNA yield is much higher than with the competitor's genotyping master mix. When we did this testing, we used the competitors' cycling parameters that they suggested in their technical manual. And this higher DNA yield means that in the reaction with our probe genotyping mix, you can have increased fluorescence, which also helps in the formation of well-defined clusters for cluster-based analysis. Some other features of the probe genotyping mix. It has a high benchtop stability of 6 hours, and then when mixed together with the DNA, another 3 hours. And then after the run, before the plate read, if you want to do the plate read a bit later, then you can do it for up to 6 hours later. It has higher inhibitor tolerance. We have tested it with purified genomic DNA, but also crude lysates. So when you start your optimization, you can start with crude lysates, and it should work very well. Another key feature is that this Solisakura probe genotyping mix has a broad multiplexing capability of up to 4-plex amplification. So you can differentiate between 2 alleles, like 2 times 2 alleles. Then the higher fidelity, 10 to 15 times higher fidelity, means that there is less noise from not amplifying the mismatched templates. The high call rate of at least 95%. And this mix can be used to amplify GC-rich templates, as there is the GC-rich enhancer included in the mix. And also it can be used to detect any SNP location. So either in the coding or the non-coding area. This product contains of the DNA polymerase and the qPCR buffer with magnesium chloride, the dNTPs, and different stabilizers and enhancers. And the master mix is in the 5x concentration, and you can buy this with 3 different versions. So you can buy the no-ROX version, or you can choose the ROX or the purple reference dye versions. As the endpoint signals from multiple channels are used to carry out the clustering, then this master mix is compatible with either endpoint PCR cyclers or qPCR cyclers. So you can use either or. However, if the clustering-based genotyping is not required and you just want to see the amplification plots, then you can omit this plate read in the end. And also the plate read before the PCR cycling is optional. It's just to correct the autofluorescence. This master mix is not compatible with high-ROX cyclers, and the ROX version of this product is low-ROX, which can also be used on no-ROX cyclers. So if you have 2 cyclers in your lab, one is low-ROX and one is no-ROX, then the ROX version would fit both cyclers. You can use different total reaction volumes. We have tested from 20 microliters to 5 microliters. The prices that are calculated on our website are based on the 20 microliter reaction size. But just keep in mind that if you choose to lower the total reaction volume, then you can get more reactions out of the same volume. And all of the instructions are given on our datasheet. As for the stability, it can be shipped at ambient temperatures. And so far, because it is a novel product, we have tested and seen that this product is stable for 1 month at 37 degrees. We are continuing our testing at 25 and 4 degrees. And then after we complete these testing, then we can extend these. And at -20, it's currently 1.5 years, which can also be extended to 2 years. And now the conclusion, so the one-pagers for each 3 products.
So yes, once again, this Hot Solisakura EXO- DNA polymerase in a Git format has the enhanced fidelity and sensitivity. It gives reliable discrimination of alleles, and it has the inhibitor tolerance and good performance with crude samples. So it has the it is suitable for any allele-specific PCR and SNP detection in this case. And once again, this figure that shows the mismatch discrimination part of this or the feature of this. Then here is the Hot Solisakura cassette-based genotyping mix. This is also with the same base features. It gives an accurate genotype call and a high rate of confidence. Also, as I said before, it is suitable with any like high throughput labs. And if you're already using some kind of other assay, for example, CASP or base-based assay, then you may be confident that this mix actually also works with those assays. However, there is the case of designing the primers, but if needed, we can share the tail sequences to in order to develop the assay and design the correct primers in this case. So no need to worry if you might already have those primers in somewhere in your fridge or somewhere. We can check if those match with our tail sequences as well, and then you can use this product.
And the third product, Solisakura Probe Genotyping qPCR mix, has increased limit of detection like shown in this figure here. It has accurate genotype call ability with high rate of confidence, and it has exceptional inhibitor tolerance and performance with crude samples. So it also has the feature of superior mismatch discrimination and the increased fidelity of 10 to 15 times compared to wild-type TAC. It also produces higher DNA yield than some of the main competitors on the market, which means that you can get higher fluorescence with our product. And here is a mind map of how to find the new products in our portfolio. If you go to our website, then you can find the new products in the master mix format under the SNP detection. And the new standalone enzyme is under our DNA polymerases. That concludes our training. If you have any questions, then you can leave them in the chat, and we will wait a little bit and see if we can discuss any questions that we will get now. This training will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and you can find this from there. As well, we have a video with our regional sales manager introducing the same products that can be found also from our LinkedIn and so other social media. So we have a question now in the chat asking Is the exonuclease activity only active with a mismatched pair? So that question is for the EXO plus DNA polymerase. So yeah, initially it activates only when it detects this mismatched or misaligned nucleotide pair, and then the incorporation of the next nucleotide is prevented by this exonuclease activity. Oh, sorry, I think I misunderstood. Exonuclease activity is always active. So the 5' 3' exonuclease activity is always active, not just with the misaligned nucleotide pair. Sorry.
Right, so we can wait a little bit more, but in the meantime, I will tell you that if you have any questions later on after this webinar ends or any other day, then you can write all your answers into support@solisbiodyn.com. We will get those questions there really well, and then we can answer you accordingly as well. So either us with BIPA or our technical support specialist can answer you.
I think we can then end this training, as there seems to be no other questions. Thank you all for joining us today, and I wish you good rest of the day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.